Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? I hope your mental, physical health are good and fit. So today I'm gonna talk about the energy source. So this energy source is you are the energy. You're the ball of energy. And you are also the creator of this reality. That's the idea. And when you start thinking about energy, like what is energy? And it's intangible, you cannot measure it. So it's very hard to believe for a lot of people, but you're feeling it. For instance, when you look at the pet, your dog or cat, you feel so good. You know, they comfort you. That's the love for the pet, your dog or cat. And the love for the kids or the babies, right? So you have the love for the family. Those, you don't see it, but you can feel it. The energy is the same thing. People will feel it by, wow, this person is really giving off the bad feel, right? Or, wow, this person is such a wonderful, like a great person. And even though you don't know them really, but you get the feel out of the personality, right? So that's the kind of energy that we're always generating to the outside. So we are the ball of energy. So when you understand this, you're the ball of energy, you start respecting other people as a source of energy. So they have their own timeline to live. So you respect their, space, respect their pace. Even though you know how to do it, like one task, they might not learn that yet, but you respect because they have their own timeline to live. And vice versa, they might know how to do certain task and you might not know because you haven't learned it yet, or you didn't have the need to do it. So you start really respecting and separate yourself to the others in a good way, so that you don't really expect them to do a lot of things unnecessarily, because you understand that they have their own theme to complete and a timeline to do it, right? So if you feel like, oh, they're so lazy, they just don't do anything, they don't study or they don't do activities, always lazy, and instead of blaming what they're doing, you do what you don't like them to do. So you get up, you get active, you do the study, you work hard, and that's all you need to do, because everything is inside. So you get less and less annoyed by other people, right? So if you say, well, you eat so much junk food and you're not looking after the body, like, this and that, and you get annoyed because they don't follow what you're saying. But the thing is, you do what you're saying. So you don't eat a lot of junk food. You eat healthier, you move around, and you just carry your body to be really healthy. And actually, when you do that, other people will feel what your energy is, and they might really pick on, because that's how they might want to live. Then they really respect you and look up on you. So always focusing on who you are, the core of yourself, align yourself. That's how you feel the true energy. If you don't live yourself, you fall away from your core or alignment, it becomes fake. And a fake thing is like anything in a material. It deteriorates, it breaks, it peels, or loses that brightness, right? So you want to be genuine with yourself. And you know this by heart because when you're living like somebody else, you feel that's not me. Like, I want to be this way. And I've been through that because you have so much pressure. You have so many expectations and you want to meet. So you're torn apart. But the truth is, you cannot live like what other people will say, this is you, because that's not you. You only know who you are. And even though you're living like what the person's expected of you, you get to a certain point, like it's like a rubber band, right? You can pull away from who you are to the certain point, but there is a breaking point and you will just snap or it breaks, really breaks you. So before that, you really need to adjust yourself and align yourself to be who you really are. So that's the most important thing, to focus and to know in your heart who you really are, like true self. Because when you're not, you feel uncomfortable. You're living, because of other people expected of you in certain ways. And that's not you. And so you're always pressing what you really wanted to do. You cannot express it, right? So you have this knot in your chest or in the stomach, and so you know it, right? So you bring yourself to the alignment of who you really are, which is important. And when you do that, you start to get a lot of positive energy. Positive energy is something that grows you, to advance you, enhance you, empower you. That's all really good, positive, high energy. When you're in the negative, it makes you smaller and it separates you. So your energy is not together. It really disperses so that you don't get anywhere. And then when you say, like, I don't see the reality that I wanted, I intended to do. So part of it could be that you're linking to the past of yourself instead of linking yourself in the future. So this is what you want to do because that's your intentions are. Hasn't happened yet. But when you're always linking yourself in the past, this self is not gonna be close to you. So what you do is you put your energy, spend your energy towards the future you. You start to link yourself in the future and you think, okay, what you're doing there, the ideal self, for instance, what kind of words you're using, what kind of things you're doing, what kind of personality that they have, this person had, or what kind of personality that you'll become. And you start linking yourself to yourself in the future. That's how you get closer and closer to this ideal you or intention of you. And you have so many layers of the realities, so-called, it's a parallel world, so that as soon as you can imagine that world exists, it just hasn't happened yet because this earth is done by action. You can't just go to the places in an instant. So it takes time. It's a time lag. So you need to kind of wait for things to happen. But meanwhile, you're always aiming for this ideal you in the future. And you put your energy or you align your energy to that person. And then it becomes reality and you see that in front of you. And when you are yourself, say it's 100%, out of 100%, 60% of who you really are, you will experience of the 60% of you. But if you're operating 80% of who you are, and you will see yourself in the 80% of yourself. So it really comes down to how you want to operate yourself. You are the energy source, and it's within in you. It's not something that outside will make you to do. So when you think you're the energy source, probably you start to see the world differently. So be yourself, align with yourself by letting yourself be and get rid of the things that it's not you. Okay, so that would make you set for upcoming future, and you will really enjoy yourself too. Okay, so see you in the next video.